Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.
All right, so take two, Ray. Explain to everyone what happened.
I had some squeaky bum time there.
Okay, so we tried to record video for the first time ever.
Yep.
And
I nearly wet myself.
yeah, Ray was adamant he was well able to live edit it at the same time.
Well, no, I'll explain it to them.
Go on.
We've done serious work this week. Serious work.
Yeah.
Welcome, by the way, everybody, to episode 115.
Yeah. But the serious work was to no avail at all because we're coming at you the same way we always did. Like Big Tom.
It was loads of avail.
We're going to leave this room the same way we came in.
No, it wasn't. Just look, it would have been great if I wasn't so bad. Right? What happened was we've three fancy cameras now here.
Yes, we do.
Which have been in a huff plugged out there by Mark in the last 5 minutes going, I'll plug these out. So
there's 3 cameras for sale if anyone's wondering out there.
3 fancy cameras. There was trips made this week to get them. And there was a great effort gone to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole idea was that I would have to, on my lap, like Stephen Hawking job in the wheelchair.
Well, we made that the best joke we've ever made on this fucking podcast. No one can hear it. The best joke ever made on the podcast. I hope you're happy, lads. None of you can hear it.
Yeah, Kendy didn't make a joke about
Ray
Stephen
said,
Hawking.
no, you made the joke. Ray said, I've never worked in the film industry before.
Yeah.
I feel like Stephen Hawking. And I said, Ray, that's Steven Spielberg. And you said, no, I'm on about the joke that's on me lap and pressing the buttons.
Yeah, it was very funny.
It's the fucking worst. It's the best, worst joke ever.
Anyway, I couldn't press the buttons. What I had to do was I had 1, 2, and 3 in front of me. Big red buttons.
Yeah, 3 big red, 1, 2, and 3.
1 was me, 2 was Kendy, and 3 was the big wide shot getting the two heads of us.
Yeah.
And I had to press 1 if I was talking, and 2 if Kendy was talking, and I could just leave it on 3 and make it both of us.
Yeah.
I just closed down inside.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a discussion about multitasking, and Ray said it's absolutely possible to multitask.
No, I didn't.
And then we stopped 2 minutes later.
I didn't know you can't multitask something like that. You can't be relaxed and have chats while at the same time wondering whose face is on the camera.
But that's because you can't multitask. It's not possible.
No, it's not. But I did say, see, this is the thing now. We're just recapping all the stuff we talked about with the cameras.
I know, because it was great crack. It was 10 minutes of great crack. Fucking hell, we were bright lights and everything.
You're just pissed off now that I said we can't do it.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off that
I can tell by you.
We spent so much time setting everything up, and then 5 minutes in we were like, no, we actually can't do that at all.
Oh, God.
It makes you go, oh, fuck me, we just waited 2 hours.
But we learned a lot.
We learned we can't do it. That's the
So we've realised we're going to have to get someone in.
Yeah, we'll have to get someone in to mind the
press
cameras.
the 3 buttons.
Even though I never tried it though. Maybe I'm better at it, like. Considering I do it for a job. My job is to use that thing every day.
Okay, maybe.
And then Ray was like, no, we can't actually, because if I can't do it, Kendy can't do it.
There's no way
There's no way Kendy's going to be able to do this if I can't do it. Even though it's his job.
But I think it's hard though. It's hard to be.
Oh, it is really hard to do that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Multitasking. No one's able to multitask.
And we did mention the circus. People do it in the circus though.
Okay, but you gave up before you got to that part. What are you on about people multitasking in the circus? What did they do? Like shove swords down their throats and fucking and
They'd
juggle?
be on a unicycle and juggling at the same time.
Yeah, are you scared of coronavirus?
Why?
Because I'm going to fucking sneeze, man. Oh, sweet stuffer in Jesus.
I'm bringing a sneeze on you.
I have to look at the sun.
What is that about? People
I don't know, but it just fucking worked. I don't have a sneeze anymore.
Great.
Lord above. The circus, Ray.
Never mind the circus. This has been... Never mind the circus. Look, we tried it. I failed. I let Kendy do it. He's pissed off of me.
Yeah, but
here we are, 115.
The whole world is trial and error, right?
Yeah.
We're just full of error. That's the only problem. We'll trial and it's always error.
Yeah, but next week now, when we get someone in,
yeah.
Will we advertise for the position?
Oh, we better advertise for the position. So it has a salary cap of 0, so you can't make over 0 with this. If you want to press some buttons for Kendy and Raybo in here in a COVID-safe environment of
well, they'll be in a different room.
A 6-foot box room.
You're going to have to put a big hole in the wall to run all the cable out into the control room.
I'm going to have to build an extension onto the back of the fucking house, man, if we're going to put the control room in. We don't even have like we barely have a room, not mind a control room.
And it's funny because I looked a bit at the 2 Johnnies there during the week, the pair of Johnnies.
Yeah.
Just to see, because they're flat out doing the videoing.
Oh yeah, they're always videoing.
And I was trying to see, and I looked and went, that's easy.
Yeah, but they have someone doing it though.
I think so.
But the problem with someone doing it is that you have to decide if that person becomes a dynamic in the room or not.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Put them in the control room.
Yeah, they have to be away from us.
Oh, you have to put them in the spare room.
Because we tried that a long time ago with Rory's Maitland, who it was nothing against him or whatever, but it broke us up because it wasn't just the two of us in the room. We didn't know what to do.
No.
We were like, what the fuck is he doing here? Like,
it was more a case of, you're right there, Rory. You're sure you're okay? Or do you want a cup of tea?
It was so weird. It was so weird. And that's what broke us up about it. So you have to decide if the dynamic of a podcast change when you let another person in, because everyone out there has a third member, right? Yeah. There's a third member of every podcast out there.
I'm finding that everybody's got an extra person.
Everyone's got and it's always a Bjorn. The Tommies and Hector have Larissa's.
Yeah.
The pair of Johnnies have
Maura. Yeah.
The other one that we do listen to, Making a Murderer.
Oh, Stephen.
Stephen is abroad in How My Favourite Murder. We're the only ones that don't have a trio.
Do you think if just because My Favourite Murder is two Bjors, they have to have a fella?
Yeah, it has to be a different sex.
It has to be the opposite sex.
It has to be the opposite sex. Well, I'm not bringing a Bjor into this place, man.
No, I don't think so either.
Shagging way am I bringing a Bjor in here.
So we're looking for someone to sit in the road in a room for an hour and 15 minutes on a night that we'll tell you, at a time that we'll tell you.
Very late.
Very late before... It'll be like you'll get maybe a half an hour's notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're not here in that half an hour, we'll probably look for somebody else to do it then.
Yeah, if you miss any week at all, there's no annual leave, nothing.
Yeah.
And literally all you have to do is press the 3 buttons.
Professionalism and 5 years experience. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, and a salary cap of 0.
Salary cap of 0.
We'll pay you nothing.
Yeah.
Would we give them a cocktail?
No.
Okay.
Because we only get 2 each every week from the wonderful people at the Blind
Tigers marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.
Yes, and they have given us some more this week, Raymond. I am drinking a porn star mark Kendy.
And I am drinking a woo woo.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Now, I am already finished my porn star mark Kendy, and do you know what I'm going to do next, Raymond?
We're going to have a Mai Tai.
I'm going to drink a little Mai Tai as well, courtesy of the Blind Tiger. And that is our money made this week, Ray.
That's the money made this week now, yeah.
That's all we have to do, lads, out there, is just let you know, and then we get loads of money.
Yeah.
And Kendy can keep up his coke and hooker habit.
Would you calm down with us?
Oh, it's unbelievable, though. It's way better than fucking IPAs,
Imagine getting sponsored by a bar and then becoming alcoholics.
No, it's way better than the IPAs, man. I should have told you that ages ago. Yeah. I was keeping it up because it was our thing.
Yeah.
You could see I was getting vexed towards the end
there. You were.
There was way too much. IPAs every week.
And you're right. I went to the doctor last week. Cured.
Yeah. The Blind Tiger cured you of your gastric problems. Issues, problems.
Never mind the Nissan Fundoplomy. I don't need that now. What you need is a woo-woo and a Mai Tai.
No, there you go. And that is complete, like, from the WHO or whatever the hell, the World Health Organization. Yeah. Drink from Blind Tiger and you won't have gastric problems.
You might have noticed that we did a new intro.
Oh, that's apparently right.
Sorry, this is another item we discussed in the video section, which I obviously cut.
But let me tell you what's going on here now. Ray went out, right, on his own, right? So if you think it was bad enough that he said, I'm the one who calls the shots on the Edison, no one else, it's the Raybo show. He also said, you know what, I'm going to cut Kendy out completely. And he went and recorded our stingers without me.
Sorry.
Now, a younger Kendy with a little bit more confidence and pizzazz, let's say, wants to get on in the world.
Yeah.
That I would have had in my earlier 20s would have been vexed at what you done. I would have said, how dare you go on our show and record all the stingers yourself so it's only your voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought to myself, I couldn't be arsed, man. Yeah. So I'm actually glad he did it at his own.
Thank you. That's great that I didn't upset you twice in one evening.
You didn't even think at all about upsetting me when you did that.
No, I did, in fairness. Because obviously up to this, on all the episodes, I've recorded the intro.
You let me do it one week, remember?
Oh, I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, no one listened to that episode. There was uproar, man. That started the second Iraq War when I did that. Yeah.
No, well, I do it on the old phone just before I finish it off.
Yeah.
And we realised that we had to get the new sponsors on the intro because it's a part of our contract. You're right there now with the Mai Tai.
Man, the Mai Tai is so strong.
Good lad.
It's blowing the head off.
Suck it into you.
Go on anyway.
Anyway, the sponsors had to get on the intros and the outros. So we had to get new intros and outros on. And I said, feck it, I'm going to do it snazzy.
Yeah.
So I got on to Luke's Music Fashions.
Woo!
Abroad in Grange, the finest recording studio that ever built.
One of the top 15 best music fashions in Sligo.
Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Luke's Music Fashions.
Go on.
First of all, it's not what you think it is.
What do you mean?
Well, when you go out to Grange, right? Grange is a beautiful, scenic little village. Loads of things in it. The wrecks of the Spanish Armada, a filling station, there's a spa.
The No, but there's loads in between that, though.
Super Value.
Oh, sorry, it's a Super Value. Yeah, you're right. Can I just tell everyone, there's loads in between that. It's not the direction of the Armada and a garage shop.
Yeah, like, there's more. There's more to it, yeah. There's a playground.
Yeah, you got to get right into the Gusset of Grange.
Oh, there's a church.
Oh, but get into the underbelly of Grange, Ray. I want you to get right up inside the gooch.
It's the antique shop, isn't it?
Is there
yeah, there's a lovely antique shop with loads of chairs and bikes and everything outside it.
Jesus Christ.
And a GA pitch.
Well, there's a GA pitch in every...
This is a fairly nice looking one, though. Now, they just redid it recently.
How flat is she?
Oh, very flat.
How flat is she, Ray? I want a laser on that bastard. I want to see.
Kendy.
Because St. Crone's outside Castlereagh, right in Ballintubber, they reckon from one end to the other with a laser that there was about a 36-foot drop from corner to corner. Now, that is not right. Like, how could you be playing football at that?
36 foot?
They reckon there was about a 36-foot drop.
That's not a pitch, that's a hill.
Yeah. They were playing like playing at Knocknarea, man. The sheep on the pitch, man, had legs longer on one side than the other.
I was going to say that the pitch was flat out and make a joke.
Oh, do you think that was better than my joke?
No, you win. Yeah,
oh, thank you. So go on anyway. So you were out in Luke's Music Fashions.
Well, that's the thing. If you were to go to Grange now and I say, look out for Luke's Music Fashions, you wouldn't see it.
No, because...
He's incognito.
That's what I'm saying. It's tucked into the underbelly, man.
Oh, it is, yeah.
There's a dirty, rotten underbelly there, but it blossoms.
In behind the filling station.
Now.
You'll find that there's a little ladies' fashions.
Yes.
Ladies' hair fashions.
Ladies' hair fashions,
and beside the ladies' hair fashions, somewhere close by, you will find Luke's Music Fashions.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful recording studio.
Yes, it is. It actually is a class recording studio.
Yeah.
It looks unbeknownst to itself, but when you walk into it, there's a fair arse in it, like, isn't there?
Yeah. You wouldn't think it's a gorgeous recording studio from the outside.
Man, it's got some chassis. It's like a bird walking down it in the t-shirt way too baggy for her, and then you see her out on Saturday night, she has to push up top and you go, Mother of Jesus Christ. Luke, put that on the door. That's what Luke is. He's that pure the Saturday night that you go, I didn't know you were like that.
Anyway, new intro, sponsors on board, everybody's happy.
Oh, geez, we're flying, so we are. A fair play to us.
The billboard is still up, thank God.
And for anyone out there who didn't see Tony Travers' video, it's on our Instagram and our Facebook. Luke and Tony, actually. I didn't know that Luke was involved until afterwards.
Oh, did you not?
No, they got thrown up and I said, who did that? They said, Luke. I said, that fella doesn't know a camera from his arse. But apparently he does.
Tony and Luke did a lovely video about the dangers of looking at our billboard too long.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're right.
Yeah, no, that could actually happen, even though there isn't a hill within a couple of kilometres of us.
No,
but
there isn't.
Somehow Luke managed to drive off one. So fair play to the boys. That is actually one of the best things, along with 99 episodes. That's one of the best things.
It's lovely when people do a little thing.
Oh, I said that's Nicholas straight away afterwards.
Yeah.
I said, lovely, someone else has done our promo.
Yeah,
we don't have to do the work then.
Yeah.
So, like, please keep doing that shit, everyone
keep
out
doing
there.
the videos.
Jesus, we love when you do the stuff instead of us. Now, another thing, Ray, we have to address is the fact that last week on the podcast, you said the cows can't go downstairs and PJ Dalton said something to the contrary, and he showed me a video to the contrary.
It wasn't just PJ.
Was it not?
Jesus Christ, the whole country erupted. And all I got inundated with videos of cows walking up and downstairs.
Yeah, I did too on my Instagram, by the way.
Isn't that mad?
And I called you on it now.
You did.
I said you have no grounds to be saying that to me in this room, Ray.
Yeah.
How dare you? And it turns out not to be true. PJ showed me videos and it proves your point dead wrong. But not your point, though. Whose point?
It was Alan McGettigan.
Alan McGettigan's point.
Yeah.
So, Alan... Shame on you.
I spoke to Alan about it during the week.
Right.
I said, Alan, you made a right agent out of me in the podcast.
He's in hiding, is he?
Well, he's actually moved out of his house. He's moved out of his house. He's living now at a new location and he hasn't told anyone about.
Well, that's great. I think he needs to step out onto RT Radio 1 and News Talk and explain himself.
Well, I was delighted
to the
because
farmers.
we got a television out of it. We got a nice armchair. We got a carpet. Well, if they moved out of the house, sure, we got a load of furniture.
So you moved about you want to get out of here,
Alan,
man.
you need to get out of here. Ballisadair is not your friend at the moment. You need to get out of this area.
They're coming with what was the episode name?
With tractors.
With the years. The thing we had.
Pitchforks.
No, but how was
lynch mob.
Lynch mob. That's what it is. Yeah, there's a lynch mob coming for you, Alan, and you want to get out of here. But that is the truth, though, because you can't insult a farmer, man.
No.
Them bastards
They'll
will
correct
come.
you.
Oh, they'll come flying at you as well. Which reminds me. Not that they're the same kind of people or anything like that, but in my head they're similar enough. Have you seen the crack that's going on in Salt Hill with the Irish car scene?
No.
There's boys driving Boras around the place on a Sunday evening now.
Right. What's a Volkswagen Bora?
Yeah. And you're talking the lights of a 106 Peugeot.
Right.
You're talking the far side of a Skyline, maybe the odd time of Skyline.
Okay.
And the boys from the Irish car scene are driving to Salt Hill every Sunday now, and they're clogging up the whole place.
For what?
For the crack.
What?
It's an Irish car scene meet-up.
What's an Irish car? Is it like shite Irish cars beat up?
How dare you?
What do you mean, how dare
They're
I?
just like the country people, Ray. They will swarm, man.
Right.
There will be 16 starlets outside this house, man, before you know it, if we keep talking like this.
Is this an actual thing?
This is an actual thing. They're meeting up in Salt Hill every single Sunday, right? And the neighbours, or the people that live in Salt Hill, are getting their camera phones out, and they're going, look at the state of the place, it's awful loud. Your man has 15 holes in his fucking exhaust.
Right.
And then the guards are moving them on.
Right.
And the boys from the Irish car scene are saying, how feckin' dare ya? And the annoying thing is, they have a point.
Who was the point? The guards or the
No,
the
the
lads?
Irish car scene boys.
What are the...
Because I watch the videos, Ray.
Yeah.
And I'm not a car gentleman. I drive it like a fancy car. You know what I mean? Like read top tier kind of.
Sure.
Like I'm not doing up like a 95 Civic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're not doing that, in fairness.
In it, my game.
Yeah.
Fancy. Right? So when I see the videos of the families that are living in the apartments above the sea point there at Salt Hill,
Yeah.
and the cars are pulling in and all you can hear is all this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel for that mammy now who's literally her Sunday, and I can't wait for the guards to fuck all these young fellas out of it now.
Yeah.
And then the Irish car scene boys come out with a statement and they say if this was a JA match
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Or mass.
or mass,
Yeah.
this play what we're doing now is the same. Like
Yeah.
less. We're parking in spots and everything.
Yeah.
So why are you giving out to us? Why did the JA get
And they
away
were
with
right.
this? And it made me go, my God, you may have that eyebrow piercing and a little line shaved in your head, but you're dead right. That Subaru jacket is telling the truth, boy. That pro
Yeah, it's
drift
true.
hoodie.
You do find, though, that the GA get away with a lot more than anybody else.
Oh, well, I've always said that, man.
Yeah.
There's two ways in this country you can park a car wherever you want. JA and mass. But they run the place, man. That's the thing. So the Irish car scene boys do have points. However, if I lived in Salt Hill and there was hundreds of cars landing up every week, I would be losing my mind as well.
But sure, what harm are they doing?
Well, they're blocking up the place. Noise pollution, Ray, leads to anxiety and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the angle that the other people are coming from,
Okay.
if you know what I mean. Why would you be going, let them off? Let your man drive his Peugeot 107 from 2002.
It's a wonder, I don't know why they pick Salt Hill.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked Salt Hill either. I think it was genuinely like...
Why not Clare Morris?
Why would they pick Clare Morris?
That's nice and open and airy and sure.
Well, actually, I thought that they would pick somewhere...
Central.
with more garage shops, like with more petrol stations.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Because
good.
we all know that's what happens.
Yeah.
They go down and they go into Mammy and they say, Mammy, can I have €5 for petrol? And then they drive around the town a few times and then they park up at the local petrol station. Salt Hill don't have those kind of petrol stations around the place. Not where they were going anyway.
Speaking of petrol stations,
Yeah.
can I ask a question?
Go on.
What do you do with your... I know things might be different now at the minute.
Okay.
This has just come into my head.
Okay, that's okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Safe space is you.
This is a very safe space.
Do you fill your tank up full or do you just put a little bit in? Did we talk about this before, by the way?
I'm so glad, I don't know if we talked about it before, that you said, I know this is a different time. Because when Kendy was swinging Big Mickey
Will you
with
fill
the
it?
Hot Fuss Band, I'd fill it up, man.
Right.
I'd have to turn the car onto its side so it wouldn't spill anymore.
Right.
Because it'd be spilling out of the yoke.
Right.
Now I'm going, I bet to put a tenner in because I think that's... And anyway, I'm not driving the car as well. My diesel bill was about $4,000 a year.
Yeah.
And now it's about £200 a year.
Okay. So it doesn't phase you as much now.
I'm putting in tenners at a time, bitch. That's how I live right now.
Sick to the teeth of seeing the petrol sign on the car.
What? But you had a DCI card, lovey.
This is the thing, right? I had a car.
You used to pay people with DCI, right? So Ray is like a little bit of a wheeler dealer in a way, right? Okay? So I fucking hope it doesn't mind me saying this, okay? Ray's a little bit of a wheeler dealer in a way. If you do something for him, or it used to be the case,
Oh, God, I didn't think you were going down this road.
he used to pay you.
No, don't tell them this.
He used to pay you like in future Ray's money. So you do work for Ray and he wouldn't have money to pay you, right? And then he'd say, can I fill up your car? Because he had a DCI card and he knew that was future Ray's problem
just to
to have to pay for.
Can I explain to the people what DCI is? Diesel Card Ireland. They run a fuel card which you get, and what happens is you belt away for the month and buy all the fuel you want. So you fill up the tank with loads of fuel, and you go into the filling station. They just swipe the card, and that's it. You don't. No money passes hands. And then on the 20th of the following month, future Ray has to pay the diesel bill.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm really annoyed you're bringing this up because my father listens to this and he won't enjoy this. Yes, there was a time where we're of a week if I was stuck for money, right? And I needed someone to do something. If we were going somewhere, I said, Mark, You know the way I owe you that money. I'm gonna put it in the car for you.
Yeah, or there were other times, and this isn't too embarrassing. This is funny. Like there'll be times where you'd say like, "Can I'll take money off you and I'll fill your car up."
I was a petrol station.
You know, you were the petrol station. So what had happened is, they'd say, "You give me €50 and I'll give you the DCI card to go down and fill it up." You know what I mean? It's so bad, man.
I literally ring up Mark, I'm stuck for cash. Do you want to buy some view? And Mark would be sitting there, well, I'm at nothing else. So the two of us would go up to the filling station. You'd fill the tank up and then you'd give me the cash and I'd just pay it off a month later.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish we were joking. That's true. Like,
Sorry.
oh, man. It was like door-to-door salesman. Like, would you like to buy some diesel? Okay, so like, and the thing is, there would be the interest in it for me, because you'd say fill it up with 80, like, but give me 50, because you'd be so desperate for the money that you'd be like, yeah, I'll take the hit, like, because I
make
need
it
it
pure
now.
appealing to you. I'm like, look, would you like €80 of the diesel and just give me 50?
Oh, for the love of God!
I'm sorry.
Man.
To my father, I'm sorry to my mother, I'm sorry to Laura, who has to live with this for the rest of her life.
Right now, ML is sitting at home saying his catchphrase, "That's what has you the way you are."
That's what has you the way you are.
Oh my God.
Oh,
there's something going to come now.
No, there's not, no. No, he said, speaking of ML, he said that obviously he seen the billboard, or he heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, right, what kind of money would you waste on that? So I said the sponsors paid for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a good lie. we paid for it.
With our money.
With the sponsors' money.
Yeah.
That was our money once we received it.
It wasn't like extra in it.
No,
we said to them, you just get that with the money.
I shouldn't have said that now, because I am convinced that the sponsors paid for it. Can we just roll back?
It also makes us sound very sad. And I don't know if I said this last week or whatever. It doesn't make you any more special that you got a billboard.
We were getting congratulated.
The amount of messages, Ray, that we got saying, "Jesus, lads, you're flying." Now you got, as if like Sligo County Council decided to put us on it. Lads, if your friend, right, if you want to put your friend's head on it and say like STIs can kill, you can do that. Anyone can do it. Like, we just bought the fucking thing. Anyone can buy it. Like,
it's a monumental waste of money, as you said yourself.
As we said on the video, like.
Yeah. So anyway, ML was my father, Michael, who was giving out about the waste of money that was, and
right. He was dead
then he also said, now if you're getting sponsored now and you're getting a bit bigger, you're going to have to review everything.
Like what?
He said we should do a survey.
Oh,
because he said pretty much everything we're doing is wrong. And
I know what he's saying now. I get you. He's saying, look, if you're getting paid for it now, you want to actually start.
You're going to have to actually. It's not a joke anymore now.
Yeah, so cut the shit, he was saying.
Cut the shit, yeah. And tell that Kendy lad to stop cursing. And
bollocks.
Yeah.
Was he?
And he says, what else did he say? He said, you're going to have to do a survey of your listeners to see what they actually want.
Okay, great idea. No, he's dead right. Like, why don't we have him as a manager instead of Brendan? Because Brendan keeps saying to us, lads, look,
don't
keep
change
doing
a thing.
what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about anything else. I'll worry about everything else.
Yeah. So,
but it turns out LMN's like, worry about what you're doing all the time.
Yeah, and ask people what they actually want, because surely they don't want what you're doing.
No.
They don't want it. And I said, but what about the couple of hundred that listen every week?
Yeah.
He says, I don't know what's wrong with them. He can't understand it. Pity, he says. Probably pity.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So he reckons that there's a couple of hundred people listening who's on pity. No, he could be right though. I can't.
We won't know without the survey.
I can't disclaim that. We have to survey.
We have to do a survey.
We have to do a census. Right? We're going to do a full census of every listener out there. We want to know what your religious affinities are, whatever the hell, affinity, whatever the hell that word is.
Affiliation.
We want affiliation
I think
is.
that's it, yeah.
We want to know what your sex gender is, that you
Why?
choose to be, whatever you want.
Oh,
it's
don't even get me started on the sex gender.
Yeah, actually, we got into that a little bit. Ray told me this during the week. So, holy Jesus. I tried to come up with an excuse for it, but I don't have one. 75% of the people that listen to Kendy Raybo are fellas.
Bucks.
25 are women. 24% of that 25% of women are mothers, friends, and relatives.
And girlfriends.
The 1% then that's left of those that are women that we don't know.
Are non-binaries.
Or non-binaries, but then they're not women then, are they?
No.
How feckin' dare ya?
That's true, yeah. Sorry.
Demi Lovato. So, of that 1%, Ray, right?
Yeah.
Because let's cut the shit here now, right? Which one of us are they listening for?
Well, I'd look at it a different way. The reason we have a 25% female listenership is I'd say down to the fact that you have a certain opinion on ladies.
What? Oh my God, you're blaming me.
I'm totally blaming you.
I can't believe that you're blaming me.
Well, I'm not going around saying women are useless.
But I'm not saying women are useless. When did I ever say women are useless?
You always say women are useless.
I have never... Hang on. If there's new women listening right now, I have never said women are useless. Stupid, maybe. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's all jokes.
Yeah.
No, that can't... You're blaming me.
Oh, definitely.
Nothing to do with the head and you.
No.
Okay, well, I beg to fucking differ. How? Like, because I don't insult nobody. I insult fellas just as much. That's not an argument, really, is it? Like, I'm insulting the shit out of everyone.
Anyway, it's all going to be fixed with the survey.
No, but what I was saying is that when viewers don't listen to podcasts, they're having time. They're doing bits and pieces around the
multitasking
around the house.
Stop it.
So, what we
Any wonder why it's 75%?
No, come on now.
Getting right back to it.
The reason that it's 75% is because we're alpha males, man. That's why.
I'm not.
That's what boys do, man. Drive cars down to Salt Hill, stick up the fingers, all of that shit.
Rolls?
Sausage rolls.
Shots.
Beers. Woo! That's how fellas do. That's how we live right now. Look how fucking wide look at my man spread right now. You can see out my mouth, man.
No, we stopped filming, so you can't see nothing.
Well, you can see it, man. You can see it straight up.
Anyway, I'm sick of the sight of the petrol sign. We're back to it.
What?
Well, I was telling a story.
About what?
About the fact that it's always the petrol sign.
Oh, and the van. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. So you're sick of seeing it coming on?
Yeah, I don't actually think there's much to this story now.
We'll probably leave it there and say
It's just one of the days last week where I was again stuck for money, and my point was that I don't have the diesel card anymore.
Yeah, how come? Do they not make them anymore?
I think they do, but it's just I'm not driving the van, I'm driving the car.
Oh, so the car is petrol.
Petrol.
That's what's common.
That's what's common.
Petrol. There's way more syllables in it than just petrol.
Right.
Petrol.
Right.
Petrol. 3.
Sounds Portuguese.
Yeah, it's 50 cent dearer, Raymond.
In the country.
Oh, they're taxing the balls off us.
Do you know something? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because again, I was stuck for money during the week.
Blame it on the 50 cent extra
and
a litre.
No, I said to myself, I was spinning in, and I thought I'm not going to make it from B, from A.
Okay.
I'm not going to make it.
What a great way of putting it.
So,
to B. It was coming from A.
I'm coming from A, and to get to B, I needed a small bit more petrol.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right?
Right.
Now I had a fiver left.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I went into Gillespie's there in Ballina.
Ray, you're like a working gentleman.
I know, but I thrive when I don't have anything to spend money on.
Okay, go on anyway.
I'm sitting in a room full of cameras, by the way. Is it any wonder why I'm broke?
Oh,
anyway, I pulled into Gillespie's.
Right.
And I said to myself, I'm going to put a fiver in the car.
Yeah, that's what I would have done, like when I was driving my outlet's car. Can I have a fiver?
Just about got 3 litres into it.
Yeah, just a disgrace.
That was it.
That's a thundering disgrace.
Tax.
Yeah, they're and you're not even allowed to say that because you work for the Department of Government. But guess what? Kendy is. Stop taxing the bollocks out of us, right? And if you're saying, yeah, but Kendy, no, you're hurting the green emissions, whatever the feck it is, let me tell you something out there then, right? I will start driving an electric car when it's actually feasible.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Stop taxing my diesel right now until everyone has electric cars. And then if I'm the last one left, then you can say, Kendy, we have to tax the bollocks out of you because you're the only one that's not helping the environment.
Apparently the electric cars are quite feasible.
They're £36,000.
They are 0% finance though.
Yeah, but they would laugh at me, right? Kendy walks into Conley's, right?
Yeah.
Conley's Volkswagen out there, right?
Looking for an ID4.
With my credit history and all that, right? And my current state of employment.
Right.
I go in there now and I say, look, lads, I've heard it's better for the environment if I drive an electric car, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
so
very environmentally conscious.
What have you there for me? They'd say, we have a bicycle.
But come here now.
Why don't you cycle that home, you environmental bastard?
You've now got a whole new company.
What do you mean?
Big Mickey Video Productions.
Big Mickey Video Productions, Ray. I'm glad you said it because you came up with the name. Kendy said it last week, lads. I'm in the videographer business now.
Yeah.
And there's videographers out there who'll say, Kendy, you can't just walk into the videographer business. Well, watch me. So, I did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I work with a company who are doing all that kind of shit because they need to make money. Yep. Hey! You said, call your business Big Mickey Productions.
Big Mickey Videography.
Big Mickey Videography.
Yeah.
And so if anyone wants to make me some images and some graphics,
That'd be nice.
to that.
But you might get an ID4 on that.
I doubt it though this quick, Ray.
Okay.
And they announced today that there's going to be no live music at all this year. So, feck it. Survive or
I'm
die.
actually a bit pissed off by that.
Are you?
Yeah, the announcement came out today and it actually it kind of annoyed me.
You?
Me?
No way that annoyed you.
You did, yeah. I understand it.
You're the voice of Kendy. You're
I know
like,
they understand it. If you put the live music on, then everybody has to stand closer together and shout more.
Well, then
hear
don't
each
have
other.
them in the pub then, because they're going to be doing that when they're drinking. That would be my thing.
As
Don't
you
have them in there then. Don't bother.
Don't have the punters.
Yeah. But
Or
like,
bring back the live music, but don't have anyone
what
in the
I'm
pub.
saying is like, if you're just singling out the fact that it's the live music that's going to be the real issue.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You don't think people are going to be kind of chatting and shouting? Like, they're sitting at a table with each other for 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
true.
in fairness, you think they're going to get COVID because they have to get that couple of inches closer.
I'm agreeing with you.
Anyway, I'm not going to get vexed about it. I'd rather
don't.
have a funny conversation about it. Why don't we try that?
What's funny about closing down a whole industry for more than 12
okay,
months?
yeah, let's think about the entertainment business on its knees.
Do you know what I didn't like?
Go on.
They could have said, look, if you want to drop live music, you can do it outside.
Yeah, I know, but they haven't actually specified that yet either.
Yeah.
But that's what's going to happen is that's the same thing that happened last year where no one knew if it was right or wrong.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give any guidelines on it.
That's what they're called, though. They're calling them guidelines.
Yeah, that's the problem now.
What's that about?
So Fáilte Ireland, with their big welcoming heads, are coming in with their guidelines.
Yeah, they're like
And
politely telling you.
And they've done that for the last year and a bit, right?
Yeah.
And then every time you ask the government about what's the story with the guidelines there, they say, oh, Jesus, I don't know, that's Fáilte Ireland. And then no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So last year in our industry, right?
In the music industry.
In the music and entertainers industry, and Kendy's at the piggity peak of it.
Yeah.
Right? In the prime of his life.
Yeah.
I got too big on my own name there. What was I supposed to say?
Forgot what you were saying. You got too carried away and talking about yourself.
What ended up happening is pubs didn't know whether they were allowed to have it or not.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the same thing that's happening again all of this year. It's going to be 2 years of people not knowing whether we're allowed to work or not. That's going to be where the problem lies.
I just find it, call them what they are. If they're a regulation, put them in law. If they're a guideline, put them in a fancy PDF document that you can send around and ignore.
Now Ray comes out.
I'm
now
coming
he's
out.
fighting. Now he's
You can't
fighting,
call
lads.
it a guide. Like, if it's a guideline can be ignored.
I'm glad you're taking that stance, Ray.
No, I just find, look, call it what it is. If Fáilte Ireland's guidelines are legally binding, then call them regulations.
Yes.
And put them in a lovely statutory instrument, wrap it up nicely and say, there you are now.
Yeah, but you see, the problem is nobody wants to take the flack.
Yeah, but maybe it's in the old statutory instrument that the guidelines for Fáilte Ireland should be adhered to.
Yeah, but now what's happening is I hear everyone saying we'll have to wait now and see what Micheál says now on Friday to finalise this. Because you're going to finalise it. Like, how is nothing finalised? Like, what's going on here now?
It's very frustrating.
I don't think it's going to come back this year. And like, I actually said this in January. We will not be playing music this year.
Jesus.
I just knew, like. And I mean, am I mad wrong? We're going to be... They're on about those guidelines for July, like.
Yeah.
When it starts happening in July, there won't be music in there, lads. No. So how long does that go on for then? All of a sudden, you're into August and September
Hopefully
and
it'll
October.
be back at the end of July. I'm with you. Okay.
You want to see the face Ray just gave me? I looked at him like, come on now. It only took a split second. And he was like, no, I know what you're saying.
After 15 months, they've beaten me down and my positivity has left my body.
I know, but I mean, I get your point as well where you're coming in and saying, lads, let's all relax here now. They're doing what they're doing for a reason.
Yeah,
which I believe they are.
Yeah.
And I have said this 100 times in this podcast as well. You're allowed to almost agree and understand while still being really fucking annoyed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... For me going, I get what they're trying to say. Don't be singing loads of loud songs because then you'll spit COVID onto everyone.
That's right.
But that doesn't mean I'm still not annoyed that we're the only ones left in the country that aren't going to be working again.
Yeah.
And what happened last year was, once we were the only ones left, they dropped the pub payment down.
Do you think they'll drop it?
Oh, they will drop it again. 100%. Because what happens is that the smallest amount of people can't shout very loud. So when it was left with just us last
year... Despite the fact they all own PAs...
we can set up every PA and they can get it going.
Imagine if the musicians in Ireland did a similar thing to the farmers.
Now, there's talk of it though.
Is there?
Revolt, Ray. Revolt is on the way. I probably won't be there because I'll be working.
There'll be a whole load of PV speakers set up outside Dáil Éireann.
100-watt Carlsbergs. Ready to go. Yeah. But can you imagine the shithousery that'd be going on if every musician set up their PA outside the Dáil? I mean, nothing to get done, only a little bit of like shitey music mingling. Yeah. Like you going over to someone saying, Jesus Christ, you have the new DB system. It's nice. It's nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There'll be no protest done.
Wait till you hear this. I'm going to play a bit of country music, so now I want it to blow your mind.
The protest will be like, what do we want? Ray to try out his new DB. I want to hear what the horns are like on it. When do we want it? Whenever he has it plugged in. Like, let's relax a bit here now. There'll be nothing done, man. We all love each other too much. Anyway, have you anything else? We kind of rambled a little bit in this. But
That's no harm.
You don't mind the ramblings?
No, not at all. I have a few bits. A correction.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, another
no
correction.
No more than the cows walking down the steps that they can't do. Go
corrections corner. A couple of weeks ago, we wished a young lady called Nivor a happy birthday.
Yes, we did. This is a double correction right now that we're going with.
Little bit, yeah. So, and then the following week, we announced that it wasn't Neve's birthday.
We corrected it.
It was Emma, her sister's birthday.
Yes.
And we wished Emma a very happy birthday. She works in the bank, and my God above, she's been inundated with queries from the podcast listeners all week.
For loans.
For loans and for all sorts of savings advice and how to get back on your internet banking if your phone's banjaxed.
And what we found out then was, or what we said then was, if it's Emma's birthday and Neve doesn't listen, then feck Neve, we're never ever wishing her a happy birthday ever.
We retracted the original happy birthday.
Yes, we did. We took back the happy birthday that we had given to Neve, gave it to her sister and said, Neve, shove it up your backside.
Yeah, we did.
Says we.
Only to find out that Neve actually does listen to the podcast.
She is a listener of the podcast.
And it is her birthday this week.
Yes, it is. And we got a very angry message. But I said last week, if she's a listener, I'll retract everything I said and we'll wish her a happy birthday.
So we're now retracting the retraction.
Yes. We're double retraction, Ray. No one's ever done it in the podcast world. We're the first.
We're proposing to wish Neve now a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Neve. Fair play to me for saying this.
I think that's the end of the...
That was some correction, wasn't it?
That was 3 weeks running.
That better be the last of it now.
That's the last of it.
Because if she comes back and says it's not this week, it's next week, fuck it, that's it. I'm out of it.
I have a funny feeling that might be the case.
Ray, speaking about birthdays as well, sorry now to cut across you as well.
Yeah.
I want to wish a massive happy birthday to Alan Owens out there, right?
Right.
Who turned 21.
Fair play, Alan.
And we went down and celebrated a little bit on Saturday.
Sure.
With him in Roscommon. And I got kind of big-timed a lot more.
So?
Well,
were you hanging around with 21-years?
Yeah, like a fucking Egypt rate. Not even 21-year-olds.
What age are you now? You're 29, aren't you?
I'm 29. That doesn't seem like a huge age gap. Like, you're thinking, there's a group of people in their 20s. So, I get in there, I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm the only one of my age, and Nicola as well, but she's out gallivanting with a round one. Anyway, so I'm sitting in there with like 5 young lads that came over.
Yeah.
Chatting away, trying to find these things that I could talk to them about. None of them were biting at all.
Right.
So I said, I got to really get into the mindset of these fellas. So I told them the story of me shiting the bed. Right? I said, this is going to be a funny thing that I can tell them.
Which story was that now?
The one where I had too many sweets in the sweet cart at the wedding and I shit the bed when I was in my sleep. I didn't mean to, I was sick. My stomach was sick, man.
Too many sweets?
It happens.
Were you drinking that day?
No, I was playing at a wedding. I used to eat too many sweets when I was a kid and I used to puke, right?
Right.
My owl one always said, don't give Kendy sweets.
What kind of sweets? The jellies?
Jellies.
Right.
I'm waiting for the speeches to finish at a fucking wedding. It's at about an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm chewing away at old fake teas and fucking the cola bottles.
Cola bottles, and the fizzy ones.
The fizzy, oh, Jesus.
The fried
Anyway,
eggs.
I get as far as Tub of Curry. I said, I'm going to explode. I get home to here.
This was on the way home?
Yeah, on the way home.
All right.
After I did all the stuff.
Yeah.
I get home, I say to Nicola, I don't feel well, and I puke my ring up, and I say, I feel a little bit better now, and then I get into bed, and then I must have farted in my sleep. I didn't fart shit in the bed. Anyway.
Sharted?
We talked about this on the podcast before.
Okay, we'll skip ahead and so.
Let's skip past the fact that I sharted.
You thought this was the thing you should talk to the young fellas.
I was going, what are them going to relate to? So I'll tell them this funny story about myself.
Story.
Ray, 3 hours, man, they berated me about this. They bullied me into oblivion.
But sure, you would have been known in Cosbury as Kendy Shine Pants.
Shite the pants, Kendy, but I thought that, I know, like at this age now, that's kind of a funny thing, but I didn't realize that they're not of the age, yes, where that's a real worry. Okay? When Kendy travels anywhere now, if I'm going for one night, I pack 2 pair of jocks. Let's just say that. You know what I mean?
Do?
That'll tell you enough about what I am worried about in my life.
Wow.
If it happens once, it could happen again, kind of thing. So I'd like to thank Alan Owens and all of his friends there for bullying me into oblivion about this. I was shit the bed.
What else left? Oh no, that's it.
Oh, Ray, that's it from the two of us this week.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out the video and crack. If you're a guy who thinks he can press some buttons.
3 buttons.
3 buttons. Get on to us if you're in Sligo. No pay, but we will say for a play to you at the end.
We'll get an extra cocktail from the Blind Tiger and then that will sort it.
Oh, I couldn't even be arsed giving them a cocktail. I want to treat them like shit, like if they're in here. Like,
why would you want to do that?
I want to big time them.
What was your first job?
Huh?
What was your first? Was it
Super
Spa?
Value.
Super Value, yeah.
I rose straight to the top.
Yeah, but I mean, did people treat you like shit in Super
I
Value?
was assistant manager in 6 hours.
Exactly.
I was 14-year-old.
So let's make them assistant manager in 14 hours.
No, because they don't have the cojones to be the assistant manager.
You'd be surprised the quality of person we'll get.
Let's see what we get, lads.
Right.
Get on to us on the Instagram or whatever if you want to come over and press buttons for us in a different room.
Yeah.
That's all we'd say about it.
That's all we'll say.
In the meantime, fair play to the Blind Tigers. Marvelous fruit.
Alcoholic fruit drinks.
Marvelous alcoholic fruit drinks, and fair play to the Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and wonderful food items for sponsoring the show.
Do you know what I did though?
Go on.
I recorded some of them yokes as well without the big long names, just the normal names.
Yeah.
Because everybody gets really sick of it after a while.
Oh, I'm sick of it already. Like it's too hard to remember, man.
Yeah,
way too hard. So it is a Blind Tiger in Anderson's Bar and Grill.
Yeah, that's
for
pretty
anyone
much
who's
it,
actually
yeah.
wondering.
Yeah.
You can order food online, and they're actually going to start nationwide cocktail deliveries apparently. So that's in the pipeline.
That's
so
going to be hard on them.
even if you're not a Sligo listener, lads,
Yeah.
it's coming your way. Ray, fair play to me, bye.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.